Hey guys, it's Alyssa here over at Books and Cats, and today I'm doing like a small updatey / short review. As you can see, I am not in normal background. My bed's a little messy. Ignore that. This is not my new room. I'm currently like in transit to a new house. I'm currently staying with relatives. So that is why videos have been few. I have one more pre-filmed tag that I was gonna put up after I put up this video, but if I look a little different, it's because it was probably from like 2 months ago, maybe at this point. So I just wanted to get on here and film and kind of give you guys an update. Today I wanted to come with a review, which I've never done before. So if this is kind of all over the place and kind of doesn't make sense and just needs a lot of help, I apologize. It's gonna take some practice to get my reviews to semi-decent. So let's get started. So I'm actually going to be reviewing a book that I got from NetGalley. So the book that I read is A Beautiful Composition of Broken, I think is what it's called, by R.H. Sin. I honestly couldn't care less what this book is called. It releases on July 25th. I gave it 1.5 stars. I only started reading poetry probably, I think, back in March. Only read, I think, like 7 poetry collections total. I also had never read anything by him before, ever. I know he is super popular for that whiskey shovels and I don't know, something else. I'm pretty sure, like 90% sure, I had seen something about him on Twitter about how he was kind of like a butthole to somebody for no reason. I didn't put 2 and 2 together until like I was like done with it. So where do we start? Where do we start with how terrible this is? So first of all, it was so bad. Like the writing, there was maybe, this is me being generous, maybe 5 poems that I actually thought were like half decent. Like they weren't like the best thing I had ever read, but they were okay. Like I wasn't like, oh my god, this is the worst thing I've ever read in my entire life. So basically you're taking a, I believe, almost 500-page poetry book. Almost 500 pages. I finally saw a finished copy and it's like that thick. And you're taking that, and out of all of that, now mind you, it didn't take me long to read it, but still, out of all of that, there was maybe a handful of poems that I actually liked. I hated more than I liked. I just thought the writing was so basic. If you're into his writing, I apologize. This is not the review for you. But it wasn't my thing. It wasn't my thing, to say the least. I thought the message could have been conveyed in a better way. Now, again, I'm not like a poetry expert. I don't know, maybe that's a style of poetry that I just don't know about that people really love. Maybe, but it didn't feel like poetry. It almost felt like somebody was just saying something. Like it just felt like he was putting words on a page and not actually conveying a meaning behind most of what he was saying. Everything kept getting repeated and repeated over and over and over again, and it felt like he was trying to like drill certain ideas into your head. I was not into it. I was like, really? This is who people are like crazy over? Like I did not understand it. I guess like everything was so straightforward that there was no like pause to reflect. There was none of that. I didn't pause whatsoever. I was just like, okay, I guess we'll just keep going because none of this is interesting. I kind of hate all of it. So again, basic, boring, same messages repeated over and over again, and not even in different ways, just the same words over and over and over again. And I just felt like everything he wrote was so condescending. I felt like I was being talked down to in this book, which is so weird because I've never gotten that feeling reading before. It almost felt like he was personally there in front of me telling me these things, and I felt like you don't need to tell me that. I don't need you to tell me that. Like I've never gotten like the author is talking down to his readers, and I hated it. And some of the things that he wrote that obviously were from his own experiences just he sounds like a jerk. He sounds like a guy with a really big ego who thinks that he's so good and so great. I just had to keep myself from either laughing or vomiting because half of the time it was hilariously bad, and then the other half of the time I'm like, this is so cliche, I want to vomit. And maybe he didn't start off that way, maybe it's just his newer work that got that way, I don't know. I won't find out. That is my brief review of, what is it called again? Beautiful Composition of Broken. Yeah, so overall, not a fan. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Hopefully I will be able to film while I'm home alone a couple times and kind of rack up a couple videos, but yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you stick around, and I hope I'll see you next time. Bye!